Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, let's get started. First one on our watch list today is SPY. I think we just watch for a continuation topside from here. End of the week, going into the beginning of the week, going into today, it does make sense here to just go for a continuation. So likely going to be a long idea above 670, or maybe if you want to move that up so you don't get faked out, maybe move it up 50 cents, 670.5 or 671. Anywhere in this area up here works to take SPY long for a continuation. The short level is going to be a little tricky because what we know to be true about old resistance here and in this area, 665 area maybe, that's probably a better level. What we know to be true about old resistance is that it can become new support, or should become new support. So I'm thinking that, we maybe don't go super tight with this and don't go short at the pre-market low, and instead go off of the support / resistance from yesterday and then the day prior, that area. So 665 is going to be the level that I look to take SPY short below. So long idea above 670, short below 665. Yeah, I wanted to do a stream this morning because first of all, it's been a while, right? Second of all, we have a short week and I've been busy with running the higher Spartan class. So here we are. I decided to do a kind of an open stream for everybody. So we have people from all over the place, different followers from all over the place. So thanks for being here. Hope this analysis will help you out today. Tesla, next one on the watch list. Yesterday's run was beautiful. This is a super nice run. Opening move up, which is great. That's a ton of confirmation into a bull flag pullback, which looks awesome. Retraces about 50% of this move, which is perfect. Then you get the rally up into the high of day. So it stops short of $420, which is kind of this ironic level for Tesla because Elon Musk always is posting about 420. So I think that this is not something that's coincidence. I think that this is kind of like market meme or something going on here, but it is definitely the point of resistance, right? We can see that's very clear. There was one break, maybe end of day break here above 420, but both of those rejections happened at 422. So to go long on Tesla for a continuation anywhere in that area, I think will work for us. So you can be as aggressive as saying long at $420, or you can be as conservative as saying long at 422. I think either one of those would work for you today. It just depends. Are you trying to go aggressive or are you trying to be more conservative? So it's up to you. I'm going to place the level at 420 on the dot because I do want to be aggressive on this, just given the amount of momentum that Tesla had early on yesterday. So I feel like the earlier I can identify that momentum and get into a trade, probably the better if this is going to continue. Google, next one on the focus list from yesterday. Google gapped up into all-time highs. There's actually a bit of news here, so if you want to read that together. Alphabet shares are trading higher following a report indicating Meta may use Google's AI chips in its data centers, which is likely why Google is gapped up. Meta has gapped up because it's a collaboration, a partnership, and then NVIDIA has gapped down because if they're not using NVIDIA's chips, they're using Google's chips. That's kind of a competitor, right? Like that's a loss of revenue essentially for a really big partnership. Now, what I don't know about this news is if it's real, because it says after a report a report from where, right, indicating Meta may use Google's chips. So is that something that's in stone? Do we have a deal? or is this just speculation? Sometimes rumors can be true. Sometimes speculation can be true, but that's why they say buy the rumor, right? This is exactly this. Buying the rumor and then selling the news. Buy the rumor, sell the news. So Google's gapped up off of that. Where we're at right now, too, with Google is all-time highs. So just long above your pre-market high works here. Long idea at $333. You can be that specific with it because there is no resistance up here. There's nothing. You know, this could go to 350 for all I know. So we just got to be careful. The only thing you got to be careful of here is the extension. This is where Google closed at yesterday, way down here. So the stock is already up 4% this morning. That's a fairly large gap up. So if you think about it and you're trying to go long on Google today up here, you need to remember this is already up 4%. And then you're going to ask it to run more beyond that, which could happen, right? I mean, that could be really, really big news, really great news. It definitely could happen. I'm just saying be mindful of the extension here. To the short side, I don't want to go short down here at the previous day's closing price because it just feels way too far away from where Google's at. Like I said, that's a 4% move. So I am going to go off of the pre-market lows here. This is literally the only data that I have to go off of because, like I said, this is all-time highs. So short idea at 324, long idea above 333. Next one off of our focus list is Netflix. Netflix I added to the watch list because of this end of day pop move right here. It has done a really great, here let's look at this on the daily. Netflix has done a really great job of, since pulling back, not really dumping down to the 100 whole number. Then you get this bullish engulfing higher volume candlestick on the daily near a whole number at a potential point of support. I feel like this is probably a good watch for a break of this downtrend trend line today, and then a recovery move back up to the top side. So I like in Netflix today above $108, which is just your peak from yesterday. Very simple here. I'm not looking to take this one short. All right, so we talked about SPY, we talked about Tesla, we talked about Google. Up next, I want to mention NVIDIA. This is going to be up there with the top stock pick of the day just because, again, the news that's kind of relevant to the chip sector right now with Google and Meta partnership potentially. NVIDIA has sold off. It actually had a pretty decent day yesterday. This is a nice rally yesterday. But the gap down, here's where it closed, right, way up here. The gap down this morning puts it very close to the low over here from the earnings report drop. So this means that this is support, right? And if that support breaks, watch out below. So NVIDIA is going to be a short idea below 173. I'm not looking to take this one long. I'm not looking for a recovery move back up. I'm just trying to stick with what the current trend is. So NVIDIA short below 173. Up next is Apple. This is going to be a side chart watch for me. Apple did this freaking thing. It did exactly what I did not want it to do yesterday. And I mentioned this in the live trading. I said, because remember, I took the trade over here, right? And I took a loss on this. I was scaling in as this was selling, and I was looking for the reversal. And then I wound up cutting the trade somewhere down here. Then I said after I cut it, I was like, watch Apple reverse and run back to the high of day plus or even $277. I said that yesterday because the all-time high on your daily is 277, right? If we pull this back, look at that range. This is a big box of consolidation. So if Apple can, and this is why it was on the watch list yesterday. I was looking for, let me go back to the 5-minute time frame. Yeah, I was looking for this run here when I was taking my entry. So it gives me a little bit of satisfaction, even though this was a losing trade. It gives me a little bit of satisfaction that at least I was right on the trade. My timing was just off here. And, it's super hard to determine what timing would be. But I did re-mention as we were ending the live stream yesterday, Apple as a long idea here as it was reclaiming 273.5, right? I did mention it there. So maybe some of you caught it. I don't know. Maybe you didn't. But it's back in play today. So as this is near the top side of that box on the daily, that range on the daily, as this is near the all-time highs, I think that it's wise that we keep this on the watch list for a potential all-time high trade. Now, I know it's gapped down this morning. This is not right at, like this would probably be my ace setup today if this is opening up here, because all we'd have to do is look for the break of the resistance all-time high and go. I mean, that's something you can maybe even trade within the first 5 minutes, but that's not the case. It's opening up down here, so that means that Apple needs to make a recovery move back to the previous day's closing price. It needs to break that PDC. It needs to run to the all-time high. It needs to break that all-time high, and then it needs to continue to run for me to profit, right? Which is a lot for Apple to do. But if it really wants to go, I don't think that this is going to have a problem breaking that resistance because of the previous 2 days moves that it's made. Those are both really big moves. So if this wants to go, we could get that type of move today. So I'm just saying it's a side chart for me. It's not a main watch. Apple, we're going to be looking for the break of $277. So we're just looking for new all-time highs out of this. Up next is Meta. I do want to add this name to the watch list. It was already a name on our focus list from yesterday with the pretty nice run that it made here. I was originally watching for just a continuation over $616, but when we got we're getting the, you could see the gap up this morning. It's going to be a long idea above your pre-market high. So Meta, long above 624, but if this continues to run or move topside from here, we'll look to move that level up. So just move it up. Every time it makes a new pre-market high, just move it up to the pre-market high. This is just a continuation from the morning gap up. Let's see if we reviewed. Oh, last one is going to be AMD. Yes, I am going to put this on the watch list because it's also affected by the chip news, isn't it? Right? Like AMD's in that same sector, so it's gapped down. It's moving moving down, kind of like how NVIDIA is, but AMD offers quite a different setup than NVIDIA just on the daily time frame. So let's take a look at this daily time frame for AMD. The break of the 200 whole number, you've got support at 195. Below that, this drops to 170. That's a $20. This is a $20 profit margin inside of this gap, which is huge. That's really big. So AMD, I'm looking to take this short below what happens to be your pre-market low at this time, which is 200, but it's also because that's the whole number. And then so first price target, if this does sell off, if this does continue to sell off from here, my first price target is going to be the top side of this gap. Boom, right there at 195. And then beyond that, if this moves lower, you know, you can consider, I don't know. I don't even know how much of this gap it would fill. I doubt it fills the whole thing in one day. But yeah, you just have to figure out at that point where you want to take your profits inside of the gap. Maybe 190. That's just kind of the next round psychological level that I would think of. So take this setup and then compare it to, let's go daily time frame, compare it to NVIDIA. NVIDIA doesn't offer any of that, right? Below the short level at 173 today for NVIDIA, there's not a gap back here for NVIDIA to fill. There's not a whole number for this to trade around. So if we had to choose between the two, NVIDIA and AMD, which one offers the most potential reward? I would say AMD, but then NVIDIA kind of being the sector leader may give you a bigger move. I don't know. But they're both on the watch list because they're both really quality setups. So top stock pick of the day, long. It's tough to discern. I think maybe we go with what has the news on it. So maybe we would go Google or maybe we would go Meta, either one of those. Tesla's also a really nice setup too. Let's see, Tesla. Yeah, I'd probably stick with what has news. So Meta. So top stock pick. If I had to choose right now, I would say Meta or Google. I would lean more towards Google just because it's all-time highs. Top stock pick short probably would be AMD or NVIDIA. Either one of those. Both of them offer pretty quality setups. Cool. All right. Thank you for your time. I'm going to end the live stream here, and then I'm going to get this watch list posted right now. But we're going to end this live stream, and then I'll meet you over in the Discord server for the live trading. By the way, if you are new to the Discord and you don't know how to navigate to the live trading, just stand by and I'll show you how to get there. So to navigate to the live trading, here's what you'll do. Scroll down in the Discord server, bottom left-hand side of the screen, all the way down, 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 and you'll see this, the arena with some numbers beside it, some green numbers. People are in here. This is where we will conduct the live trading. So I'll see you over in the Discord server. I'll probably be there in probably 25, 30 minutes. I'll meet you over in here. Cool. All right. Thank you for your time. Hope the review helped. Good luck today. Go make some money, and we'll see you over in the Discord server. All right. Cheers.